Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. and everyone. I'm Suzy and today I will present the financial statement analysis for Gas Malaysia for my accounting and finance for managers assignment. So these are the agenda for today. First, we will look at the introduction. Then we will go for the company overview, key facts and its financial results. The Gas Malaysia competitors, its financial analysis and the results. And lastly, we will look at the recommendations and conclusions. Main focus of this financial statement analysis assignment will be on conducting financial analysis of my chosen company, which is Gas Malaysia Berhad. It is a primary company selected, which is a listed company in Bursa Malaysia. In addition for this, for comparing performance, Petronas Gas Berhad is selected as a secondary company that helps to present the comparison with Gas Malaysia, since it sits in the same business, which is the utility industry. Similar to Gas Malaysia, Petronas Gas operates as a gas infrastructure and utilities company in Malaysia. So this report will highlight Gas Malaysia financial performance and compare it with the Petronas Gas as the competitor company and define the company's financial position within the market by using ratio analysis techniques. The company's financial performance is then compared with the natural gas utility industry average. Established on 16 May 1992, Gas Malaysia engaged in the sale, market and distribution of natural gas to the industrial, commercial and residential sectors. It also do construction and operation of the natural gas distribution system. Gas Malaysia principal activities are the selling of LPG through a reticulation system, selling and transportation of compressed natural gas and property holdings. Here are the key facts and figures about Gas Malaysia. Currently, it has around 25,308 residential customers, 965 industrial customers, 2,159 commercial customers, and also 2,600 gas pipelines. This is the organizational structure in Gas Malaysia. Basically, currently, Ahmad Hashimi Abdul Manap is the group CEO and he is held by the head of internal audits. There are 3 directors reported under group CEO and 4 functions head, which are the head human resource and administration, head corporate affairs, head legal and compliance, and also company secretary, which is the head of corporate secretarial. Now, let's move to key facts and financial result for Gas Malaysia. For the year 2020, at a glance, for the financial year ended 31st December 2020, basically Gas Malaysia has 1.7 billion sales, 25% decrease from last year. But for net profit, it has increased 36% from last year to become 228 million. In total, Gas Malaysia has 1.46 billion total assets, 1.08 billion total equity, and 1.46 billion in total liabilities. So, this is a summary of the financial results. The total sales are less compared to last year, but the net profit has some increment from last year due to the more sale revenue but less total cost. But the total assets is a little bit less compared to last year. But it has improved a lot in total equity compared to 2019. And Gas Malaysia has paid a lot of liability this year, so it managed the debt very well compared to last year. Now we look at the competitors. Basically, there's a lot of competitors in energy and utilities industry in Malaysia as well as in international. But I choose Petronas Gas. So now we move to the financial analysis for Gas Malaysia. we use the methodology is for data collection. We're using income statement and statement for financial position from company last annual year report for 2020, and the industry average ratio are available on the web, taken as the benchmark. So we do data analysis using the ratio analysis technique. So now we go to the results analysis. For the first ratio is liquidity ratios. Liquidity ratios measures a company ability to pay off its short-term debt as they becomes due using the company's current or quick asset. So from this one, we can see that Gas Malaysia is not really performing well in its liquidity. It is very low compared to its competitor as well as the industry average, and also from the last year income statements. Same goes to the quick ratio. Since Gas Malaysia operate without inventory, quick ratio is become similar as a car ratio. As a result, it still shows that it's very low compared to the Petronas gas, which is very high ratio, as well as the industry average. And for the net working capital, since last year, Gas Malaysia has operated with a negative working capital, and it also decreased a lot during this year. It becomes to 235 million ringgit. As compared to the Petronas gas, they have a big network capital. Next, we move to the asset management efficiency ratio. In these ratios, provide the information related to the efficiency of the management to use the available resources, including inventory and asset to increase sales. So from here, since Gas Malaysia is operate using zero inventories, so this is not applicable to Gas Malaysia. But we move to the account receivable turnover ratios. We can see that it improved a lot since last year from 8.69% to 19.32%, and it's very good compared to Petronas gas as the competitor, and as well as the average industry ratios. And last one is for the total asset turnover. Last year, Gas Malaysia did perform good in this ratio, but it decreased a little bit this year. But still, it's better from the competitor, Petronas in this case, and also from the average industry average ratios. Next one, we move to the debt management ratios. Debt management ratio is related to the ratio reflecting the fund arrangement of the firm. This shows the ability of the firm to manage the capital structure effectively. So we see first at the debt ratio. From here, from previous year, Gas Malaysia has improved a lot. It has made the debt very less debt this year compared to last year, and almost as the same as a competitor, which is Petronas gas. Its debt to equity ratio also shows very well this year, where Gas Malaysia has improved a lot since last year. They managed to pay a lot of debt this year and have improved the ratios as compared to the competitors, but still a little bit lower from the industry average. Last one is the time interest earned. From last year, it has very little interest earned, which is around 15.92. But this year, Gas Malaysia has improved a lot until it becomes 1,369 times. It's very much good compared to the competitors, which is Petronas gas. Gas Malaysia has average net profit margin, but it improved from its performance last year, but still far from the competitor, which is in this case Petronas gas, and also quite far from the industry average. However, for return on asset, Gas Malaysia shows very good in terms of its ratio, because it is better than the competitors and last year performance as well as the industry average. Last one is returns on equity. Overall, the performance for Gas Malaysia is very good, and it mainly maintained for the 2 years already. It has it's very good and better performance than the competitors as well as the industry average. So the last agenda for today is recommendations and conclusion. After the financial analysis has been done to the Gas Malaysia statement, I would like to list some recommendation for Gas Malaysia to consider. First one is Gas Malaysia needs to generate higher revenue and profit margin. It also need to manage the liquidity. But Gas Malaysia can still maintain good policy that give some benefits to them. It also need to explore different financing alternative for them to generate more revenue and growth. At the same time, Gas Malaysia needs to control the cost to minimize the cost as well as to increase the revenue. And last but not least, Gas Malaysia need to manage business risk to gain confidence from the stakeholders. In conclusion, for better performance and to generate more revenue from the coming years, Gas Malaysia needs to improve revenue and its net profit. It can maintain a good policy in asset and debt management, but it has to improve its liquidity strategy. That's conclude my presentation today. Thank you very much.